NTG Builds here, man. And ladies and whomever. I just got back after a big weekend, after a big month of a build, following a big month of a build, and it's just been go, 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 go. And I wanted to just take some time and go over some of the stuff that took place. It's really hard for me to even, at the moment, remember exactly what took place. There was so much going on at the burn yard. Tiffany and her fast forward supercharger performed just great. I wish it wasn't raining so that we could have shown off some of our hand skills, but we showed off her brute force. We did a fourth gear sitter. We actually creeped it up into fifth. I grabbed fifth on accident. I was going for third to walk my way up. I went into fifth, and in the video that I'll be posting, you can see it kind of goes down, kind of bogs, and I probably could have just hung in there and warmed them up and got up into fifth, but I dropped it down into fourth, and we just hung on to that until just before I felt like the tires would pop, because I wanted to come back and drive All-Stars in the second. And due to timing, everything, I did not bring any other tires with me. Oh, excuse me, I'm still not caught up on my sleep. I did sleep at a rest stop on the way home. I was driving and didn't remember the last place I was at when I was driving again, so I should probably pull over and get some sleep. And we did that. That set us back. We were able to make it to Desert Meehan 3, and we just went there to spectate. I wanted to see some of the great driving of the guys that are out here locally with me, and support some of my dudes that are around here. And so that was big to be able to come back, because it's only once a year, and it's a big part of our valley scene down here in Arizona, and I didn't want to miss it. I'm new to this, and I'm just consuming everything I can drifting. If it's fabricating, building Tiffany, learning, maybe I built something that looked cool but doesn't operate properly. So I'm now working through that. We have a full race car on Tiffany now. There's nothing that hasn't been done. There are some things that will be tweaked. We are going to have some more power. I will have time. Excuse me. Ugh. So we are going to add some more power. We got some bigger pulleys. We wanted to do the break-in. I knew it was going to be raining. I did not need any more power to do nothing and sit around and not be able to move very far, because it was slick, and I don't have a lot of downforce due to weight on the back of my car, which we'll be doing some things about that as well. One thing that I would like to go over is we met up with NRG, get NRG on Instagram. You guys know this. If you don't know this, go know this. And they thought Tiffany was pretty sweet, and they are getting ready to drop their new Matsuri steering wheel line, and this is the Neo in blue, or the Rainbow in blue. This is the first one out. I was blessed to be able to have this in Tiffany and do my runs, and hopefully we can build a nice relationship with NRG. We're running some of their other stuff to keep Tiffany tame. I'm running their torque dampener right now on here. I need to get a new one, but I think, again, we're running the torque dampener right here, and I need to maybe rebuild it. But when I weld up the new solid mounts, that won't be an issue. But if you look at this thing, it's got on the handle, or on the metal inside, which it is fully stamped and on here. I don't think it's welded. Oh, it is welded. Welded and ground. So this is welded to here. They're not going to have any of that flexing like some of those other wheels you might have. The button's great. Not to get too distracted, but I'm super stoked about this, along with a lot of the other people we met out there. But I thought that was cool. That's dropping here on getenergy.com this week, I think midweek. So go check it out and order it. They are going to be going fast. So that's one thing that happened. So that's one thing that was one of the million things that happened that was really great. So Yo-Yo Factory, another company that we're partnered up with, that we've just been so lucky to meet these people. They're interested in what we're doing. They would like to be a part of it, and I couldn't be more thankful for that opportunity and relationships that are coming our way. But man, did they step it up for the toy drive. They donated 200 yo-yos, a little over I think, to the toy drive, which is just amazing. I think. But so we got to say a big thank you to Yo-Yo Factory. We've got some cool things that are going to be coming up with them. We'll be doing some collabs. We'll definitely be doing more stuff with them, as well with Hoonigan and some people we met out there. We got invited to by Jackson Motorsports. We got invited to their 3-day event coming up next year in 2020. And it sounds amazing. It's going to be, I believe he said, road course, time attack, drifting, maybe some motorcycle stuff. But it's a 3-day event, and we'll be driving out with a couple other of our buddies that you guys will know. We're not going to say anything until it's all firmed up, but we're hoping we'll be able to meet up down here in Arizona, and then hopefully get some scheduled track days as we travel up to Connecticut to make it to the track day. So that is pretty amazing to me, and I just gotta adjust this here. So we'll cut through that. But so we had an eventful time. It was a stressful build. You know, people keep asking me, hey, how do you keep up with this pace? How are you doing this? Where are you getting your drive from? And I'll tell you what, when you catch the drifting bug, when you start getting into there, I'm sure it's with anything. Some people probably love hot yoga and do similarly obsessive behaviors about it. But yeah, I love creating. Drifting, YouTube, Instagram, is all let me use all my creative juices. I build homes. I run a construction business, so being creative is, you know, part of our job. But this lets me use every aspect of creation, as far as marketing or I don't mean marketing, but I mean imagery, or just knowing what will look cool. Being able to create, build, manufacture, produce, market, go out to events, do all these things. That is just something that I've always said I wanted to do. Or, oh, that would be so cool if I could make a product. One day I want to go on Shark Tank. Someday that would be cool if I did this. Someday, oh, you know, that's for other people, that's not for me. You know, whatever the excuse was, I made up for the universe not to let me have that opportunity, and I was shutting myself down from that. I decided a while ago that's not going to be the case. If anybody's going to be telling me no, it's going to be after I've already done it, at which point I'm going to have to beg for forgiveness. Because I want to live life. I want to be in this moment right now, and I don't want to be thinking about the one before, unless it's like, wow, that was so great, or anything coming down the way, stressing about it. I know that's a pretty lofty goal, and who doesn't have to stress about things? Well, that's not the point about not stressing about things. It's about picking the battles you're going to stress about, and also having something that just gets you going, just going so hard. I've never worked harder in my life, and I've always been a hard worker. I pride myself on pretty much being able to outwork the guy next to me so I can get invited back the next day to have a job. And man, I've been working harder now. So I work in the regular job, and then, you know, we got to come in here and do this job, and we got to make sure that we don't neglect the other job. That's a hard balance that I'm really having some trouble working with here, because one is this, right? And who wouldn't want to spend all their time doing this? The other thing is, I've spent a lot of time building up a clientele and a reputation in my other company, and I don't want to leave that behind now, do I? So that's been a little fun balancing act. I could not be more thankful to my clients for Renaissance. The clients that I have right now are so supportive of what's going on. they're behind me. They let me give me a little slack about not being there if I'm preparing to go do an event or something like that. Obviously, I don't want to start counting on that, and I couldn't, you know, I have to say thank you guys, and I appreciate you guys. Without you guys, I couldn't even consider doing something else. But that's, again, is it? I guess the point of this is we had a long build, we had a hard build, we did a completely forged bottom end after we blew up the motor due to a factory defect thrust washer at SEMA. Well, I feel that doing any of this, if you're going to do it, you got to do it. And the only person I'm going to have to regret anything about is myself, and not pushing through, not putting in those extra hours. So if you guys are feeling the strain of your build and you're feeling like, oh my goodness, is it worth it? That's going to be your answer to answer why you're doing your build, what you're doing it for. But I would have to say it is. 3 days with no sleep, working two jobs, another one for fun, have customer service, product launch, product manufacturing, product marketing, order fulfillment, all those things going on, and you're thinking, wow. And I'm thinking, dude, this is so awesome I have this much going on. I wake up in the morning and I think, how many jobs can I get done today? What is it that I can do to further my goals, to keep going, to follow through on the words I'm going to say, on the content we're building? And man, it's been great. It's been a great ride. I wanted to just touch base with you guys, give you a little update of what has happened. I'm sure I rambled on a lot longer than I intended. But Tiffany did great. The motor went great. We changed the oil in the Hoonigan parking lot at Irwindale. I had her up on the trailer, on the open pit trailer, so I was able to drop that oil down there. Did an oil change right there. I saved the oil actually. I'm going to do a video on going through and just showing you what the little gold glitter will look like. It's normal. Just learned something from Spike on his YouTube channel. Go check it out. If you guys want to learn about drifting, don't, you know, obviously watch my stuff and you can learn maybe the way not to do it. But if you want some experience of a guy and he's out there sharing it, that's great. Go check out his YouTube channel. It's really good. So yeah, thanking Torco Oils, having that product in my motor after having spent all the time, all the money, all the effort, the sleepless nights, busted knuckles. It was really, really reassuring to know and have that company backing me up and telling me, as long as I do this and this. We ran for the break-in. I'll pop it off and then we'll be running it here from now on. You can go ahead and do it in your own car, but I'll be switching to a big neodymium magnet. But you just throw this on your oil filter while you're running your break-in, and then just subsequently afterwards just keep it on and run it. It'll help keep some of that metal in there. Also, if you check out Spike's video, you'll see there's a bypass valve in there, so it might help keep a little bit of that stuff going through when it happens. Now, I ran the stock oil filter in the oil filter position because I was doing the break-in, and my full oil cooler system holds about 7 quarts of oil. That's a lot of oil to just burn through when you're only going to do a 500-mile break-in, and you're not going to be taking it up to the temperatures and to the extremes that we normally do when we're drifting, because we're always at high revs, we're always out there, we're always pushing everything to the limit. So I didn't run the full oil, but having that resource of Torco and their team behind me, letting me know that as long as that I'm running this, I assembled the motor with their lube and I did the break-in, that we'd be good. And having that little bit of reassurance knowing that you're working with the products that good, has the additives you need. They've done all this because that's what it's built for. Really helped me out. So again, thanks Torco for building such a good product that we can have access to and allows us to do our job, which is kill some tires, put on a good show for the people, and be able to come back the next day and do it again. So thank you guys. We do need to do another oil change here soon, so we'll see you shortly. But yeah. So yeah, thanks for watching. I mean, coming along with me on my build, on this adventure, there's going to be so many things. I'm learning how to YouTube, I'm learning how to edit, learning how to post. I'm trying to get better at that. I seem to right now, my issue is I'm making and building faster than I can edit and get that out there. And that's partly due to I'm making some great deadline, some huge goal deadlines that at anybody with any resources, any amount of team, anything would be pushing the limits. Now I have buddies coming and helping me, but most of the time it's me just running out here doing this. I'm having to learn what it is that's wrong, then I'm having to learn the process of doing it, and then we're trying it and we're figuring it out. Now we've got great help. We've met Jim Basco, we've got Brandon from Silly Slow. Obviously Tom from Fast Forward Superchargers has just been an amazing resource for learning things and knowing what I know about evaporative cooling, knowing what I know about charge air and all this stuff now. It's just been just a huge rush of stuff coming in, and I'm hoping I'm doing the best to field it so that I can bring the best content to you guys, have the most fun for me. A lot of people are saying, you know, I hear them say, oh, I do this for this, and I do this for these people, and I do it for that people. And I'm probably going to get some flack for saying this. And I do 100% enjoy all of the love, support, the people telling me that they appreciate the build, seeing how I'm sticking to deadlines or answering some questions on their builds. Man, is that amazing. I've never experienced anything like that, and it's been really great. But I would be a complete false jerk if I said I did not do this for me. The amount of enjoyment you get about flinging your car sideways and just getting greasy is through the roof. And then to get praise for having that much fun, or I don't want to say praise, but to get hyped up and have other people enjoying that as well, man, is that a bonus. But we're talking about 20-hour days, 6-7 days a week. We're talking about making decisions on purchasing broken parts, or are we going to go to that trip. That's a lot of risking the biscuits to do these things, and it just has to be more. So there's that that little thing. But I am really enjoying interacting with you guys. This is all new. Hopefully you know, I can get better at it. I want to be able to tell the stories more. I want to bring you guys along. I want to help inspire you guys to get out there and build it. Try it. That's how I've learned most of my stuff. I grew up on a farm by myself, miles away from people, and 24 hours in a day, after chores were done, I had to entertain myself, so I took things apart. I built stuff. I did it wrong, I did it again. I broke something, I worked somewhere else. I sold walnuts to collect cans and then bought parts to go and fix the parts or whatever it was. I've always been doing that, and I was lucky to get to learn that. I feel like today, if you can't order it off the internet, which Amazon is great, and man, do I love those services. But I feel like too many people are being told you have to have some sort of permission to go ahead and build or create or do any of those kind of things. And I'm here to tell you that is not necessary. You just need to make sure you have other responsibilities done, and then you go ahead and you try whatever it is you want to do, because it's your time to try it out. And you'll learn, and then not only that, you'll learn that you know how to learn And once you know how to learn, like say you have a problem and you want to know how to figure it out, it just becomes quicker and easier to just jam through those. So hopefully I could help inspire you guys on that. This video has gotten quite a bit longer than I thought it was going to be. But hey, I haven't actually gotten to just talk to you guys and let you know who I am and what it is that I'm about. And this probably may not have helped out in any of that. But anyways, thanks for joining me. This is just a recap of the Hoonigan Burnyard. We went out there, had a great time. Tiffany did great. The new motor was just amazing. This fast forward supercharger is wow. So you guys need to check it out. Obviously you want to follow along. We're going to have a dyno video coming up here, and then in April we got a big surprise there. We've got some other things for Tiffany coming on. I got to bar up this door. Got to get some seats. I'm on a search for seats, but we have got 99% of what I wanted done. As far as getting her ready for the 2020 season, I feel as long as I don't go and take on some other ginormous task or goal that requires me to disable her until it's done, I think we're going to have a pretty solid season. She's put together. We've got more power than we'll ever need. I think we can go run with the big boys, and we can bang some doors. So yeah, that's it. Check out upcoming videos. I did want to say shout out to 360 Garage. I got to finally actually use it in the rain out there, and man, did we look like a professional crew. We're posted up in the front row, and I'm the only car with a tent over it. Obviously I don't have a roof over it, and that's why, but wow, did we look special. I thought we looked really neat. Again, we're just who we are, but it looked cool. It looked like we might have actually known what we were doing out there for a little bit. But yeah, thanks to everybody, and we'll see you again.